2010 is a crucial year for Assembly member Richard Barnbrook. It's the start of our campaign for the London Assembly in 2012, but there's also a surprise by-election in Richard's old ward in Barking and Dagenham. The 2010 elections were a disappointment, but not quite as bad as the media make out. When a general election coincides with locals, the turnout is always much higher. But the British National Party's core vote remained buoyant. Initially losing his Goresbrook seat, Assembly member Richard Barnbrook hopes to win it back in July. The winning Labour candidate, Louise Cowling, was a council employee at the time and therefore disqualified. But she's standing again, and it would be a decisive victory for Richard to regain the seat. New Labour know that their confidence is fragile. Even when not standing councillors, British National Party members like Richard remain active in their areas. His team are still available to local residents. This was Goresbrook back in January 2009.
So if you get in contact with the environmental team to come and collect it. Thanks a lot, Secretary. Bye-bye. Well, as you can see, I've just phoned Barking and Dagenham Council to the Members Secretary, requesting them to get either the Parks environmental team out or the Borough's Vermin environmental team out to remove all this garbage that's just been poured out of the brook.
And this was Goresbrook earlier this year. Richard still badgers the local council to keep it from neglect. A task made much more difficult now with the cuts to frontline services.
The problems with the development around here at the moment, the sewers have been collapsed, and the rats, the brown rats now, are heading straight across towards this brook and also a neighbouring brook across there in River Ward. The last two tennis associations, people are complaining about the rats and also the overgrown brook with its reeds and grasses. The council have delayed this now for almost a month, so again there's a group of us down here cutting back the reeds and clearing up the brook with the intent to actually create a free run. Therefore the rats will not harbour here, probably move on, but also the council is about to take into control this rat epidemic, or this rat problem I should say.
Over a dispute about school children and TB vaccines, Richard bowed to local pressure and declined to publicise a filmed protest.
It's a low-key demonstration, there was no real voicing of any great concern. Two issues that were brought forward quite clearly by the demonstration, speaking to the parents. One was the fact that all pupils in this borough, not just in this school, but in all schools throughout the borough, should be given the MCG.
Richard recently invited London cabbies to state their case to the Mayor as their protests continue.
The most important thing is, these illegal cab drivers have got to be taken off the streets of London.
Meanwhile, the by-election campaign in Richard's Goresbrook ward of Barking gets underway.